People work hard, but they build on sand. They hustle without blueprint. When the storms of life come, all that effort washes away. A life that works is one built by design, not by default. It's like constructing a building. You wouldn't start pouring concrete before the plans are drawn. That's how many people live. They rise each day, get to work, but they never stop to ask what I'm building. You see, effort without structure leads to frustration. It's like rolling a ball in circles. You're sweating, but you're not moving. And some people have been rowing for 20 years, wondering why they're still at the same dock. The secretive is life obeys certain rules. Just as gravity doesn't care who you are, the laws of behavior and consequence don't play favorites. So good seeds you get good harvest. Neglect the field, waste take over. It's not personal, it's principle. Once you learn those principles, you can predict your result. When I was young, I thought success was luck or talent or connections, but it isn't. Success is structure. It's the architecture of choices, habits, and philosophies that quietly compound over time. People who live well have built well. They didn't live it to chance, they obey the rules. So today, I want to walk through seven of those rules. Seven ideas that can turn a life of chaos into a life that runs smoothly. Each one simple, but none of them easy. But you require honesty, discipline, and courage. The tools of a real builder. The first rule is the foundation. Without it, nothing else works. You can build excellence on excuses. You can build strength on blame. You can build freedom on deny. The starting point of all achievement is ownership. Full, unfiltered, absolute responsibility. The first rule for a life that works is simple to say and hard to live. Take 100% responsibility. Nothing improves until ownership begins. Most people never make that. They live in a story, built around blame. The job didn't pay them enough. The boss didn't notice. The economy turns bad. The parents didn't support. The opponent didn't understand. There's always someone with something to point to. As long as the finger points out, power flows outward. But here's the truth. If someone else is responsible for your result, you surrender control of your life. Responsibility and control travel together. You can't have one without the other. The day you take full responsibility is the day you gain full control. I remember when I felt understood there's nothing's going to change for me until I changed. I was waiting for certain circumstances to improve before I improved. But life doesn't work that way. Circumstances follow character. When a person steps up to claim ownership of every result, good or bad, something powerful happens. They move from victim to architect. Taking responsibility doesn't mean taking the blame for everything that happens. It means accepting that you have responsibility, to the ability to choose your response. That's the real freedom. You can't always control of events, but you can always control your attitude, your efforts, your decisions. And over time, that determines everything. Think about it. Two people lose a job. One spends months complaining, telling everyone how unfair it was. The other spends a week reflecting, then says, all right, what can I learn? What can I do next? One person repeats the story, the other rewrites it. Same situation, different outcome because of responsibility. And this isn't glamorous work. It's not as exciting as blaming the government or the system or the neighbors. It's the only path that leads to strength. Blame keeps you weak. Responsibility makes you powerful. The moment you say, I'm responsible, the game changes. Suddenly you can fix, you can plan, you can act. You stop waiting for rescuer, start designing your own rescue plan. You start thinking differently. You start asking, why me? And start asking, what next? You can't change the past, but you can change the philosophy of the past. You can use it as a lesson instead of a label. When you do that, you'll begin to master the cause instead of being at the mercy of the effect. A working life begins when you stop outsourcing blame. Because the truth is, there's only one person who goes with you to every job, every relationship, every decision, yourself. Until that person takes full command, the result will remain inconsistent. Responsibility is the starting line of freedom. Everything else builds from it. Once this rule is in place, the next step is to decide what a finish line looks like, to define exactly what a life that works means to you. Once you've taken responsibility, the next question is responsibility for what? What exactly are you building? That brings us to the second rule. Thank you guys for enjoying our first rule of living a good life.